Hi everyone, Mark Durland here, and I'm on hole number 11 at Naples Grande Golf Club, and I'm going to give you a strategy to start playing this hole better. This hole is by far the topic of more lessons that I teach than any other hole on the golf course. So let's get started. So here I am, I've hit a good drive, I'm in the middle of the fairway about 200 yards from the green, where I think most of you find yourself after a decent drive, and I've got a decision to make. Am I going to take on the low percentage shot of hitting a fairway wood, a hybrid, or a long iron into a very tough green complex where I really only have about a 10-yard window of success, where I could land just short of the green and I know I could chip it and get it up and down, or I land it short of the green and it somehow trickles on the green and most importantly stays on the green. We know how difficult that can be. Or do I take the higher percentage shot, hit a lofted club, whether it be an 8-iron, a 9-iron, or a pitching wedge, to about 70, 80, 90 yards short of the green, where now I'm leaving myself with a full swing with a sand wedge or a pitching wedge, where I'm creating enough speed with that swing to get enough height, enough trajectory, enough spin on the golf ball to actually hold the green. And I challenged one of my students with this recently. We were out here in a playing lesson, and I made him play the hole that way. So he hit a drive out here. I believe he laid up with a pitching wedge or a 9-iron, left himself, it was into the wind a little bit, so he left himself another pitching wedge into the green, but was able to hit it with enough height and enough spin to hit it 10 feet from the hole. The next day he came out, I challenged him to do it again. He was playing in a round with his friends, and he followed that strategy and made par. So one thing we're doing is we're probably taking birdie out of play unless we can hole a 70, 80, or 90 yard shot, but we're also taking 7, 8, 9, 10 or worse out of play. Because we know if I pull it just a little right with that 3-wood or hybrid trying to go for the green, I'm in the bunker and I'm left with a very awkward bunker shot, or even worse, I'm behind the bunker. Now I've got a 60 or 50 yard shot over the bunker that I need to get to hold that green, which again is a very difficult shot because most of us don't create enough speed to create spin to when it hits the green, it stays on the green. Or we look on the other side of the fairway and what do we see? All that water out there, which we know we can't play from that. So again, it's a game. Golf is a game. Am I putting the odds on my side, or am I putting it in favor of the golf course? And to me, when I put a 3-wood or any fairway wood, a hybrid or a long iron in my hand, I'm putting the odds in the favor of the golf course. When I put a lofted club in my hand and I lay up 60, 70, 80 yards, 90 yards short of the green, I'm putting the odds back in my favor of making a score that's acceptable. I have 18 holes of golf out here. I can concede one hole of where I'm really playing for bogey with the option of making a par. But I know that there's other holes on this golf course that I can par or birdie and make up for the bogey or maybe even a double bogey that I make on this hole. So here I am about 70, 80 yards away from the green, where most of you can now take a full pitching wedge, a full sand wedge, make a full swing, create enough speed in that swing to impart more spin on the golf ball and also create more trajectory, which is one of the ways we stop the ball, is we hit it high in the air and create trajectory so when it lands it has a very steep landing angle and it doesn't roll very far. If I get you over here behind this bunker, it's gonna, from 50, 60 yards, it's gonna be very difficult to create enough speed to do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I was out here with a golf school just a couple weeks ago. The lady I was teaching hit a beautiful shot. As well as she could hit a sand wedge, it landed about this far over the front edge of the fringe. She couldn't have landed it any better, and it barely stopped on the green. If it had one more rotation, it would have went over the back of the green and probably down into the water. So I know for most of you out there, you have a better chance making a full swing from here, creating some trajectories, creating some spin to hold that green, than we do from behind that bunker or in that bunker. So again, to wrap up, let's put the odds in our favor. After you hit that good drive in the fairway, Let's take a more lofted club, hit it to about 60, 70, 80 yards here short of the green, where we can take a little bit bigger swing with our sand wedge or pitching wedge, not getting stuck behind the bunker or in the bunker, or even worse, in the water. And let's execute that shot. We're going to take birdie out of play, but we're also going to take big numbers out of play, like 7, 8s, and 9s. If you have any questions, you can reach me at mark@durlandgolf.com or on Twitter @durlandgolf. Thanks for watching.